beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh yeah. I know this'll be the day. Oh, yeah. Everything will be okay. Yeah. I kiss my cares all away. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a good, good day. It's gonna be a good, good day. Good, good day. I think it's finally all gonna go my way. My way. Rain or shine, no, I don't mind. This day is mine. I'm gonna chase all those gray clouds away. It's gonna be a good day. No more crying myself to sleep and thinking better days are a far off dream. Get up and I move my feet, cause I hear music playing on these streets. Oh yeah. Ain't nobody gonna cry today. Oh, yeah. Ain't nobody gonna die today. Oh, yeah. I kiss my cares all away. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a good, good day. It's gonna be a good, good day. Good, good day. Gonna be a good, good day. I think it's finally all gonna go my way. My way. Rain or shine, no, I don't mind. This day is mine. I'm gonna chase all those gray clouds away. It's gonna be a good day. No more crying myself to sleep and thinking better days are a far off dream. Get up and I move my feet, cause I hear music playing. It's gonna be a good, good day. It's gonna be a good, good day. Good, good day. I think it's finally all gonna go my way. Rain or shine, no, I don't mind. This day is mine. I'm gonna chase all those gray clouds away. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Woo! It's a great, great day. It's a good day. Get up! Can't you see the sun shining? I woke up and I rolled out of bed. Got dressed and I left at 10. Checked my nails, looking good. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh yeah. I know this'll be the day. Everything will be okay. I kiss my cares all away. It's gonna be a good, good day. It's gonna be a good, good day. Good, good day. I think it's finally all gonna go my way. My way. Rain or shine, no, I don't mind. This day is mine. I'm gonna chase all those gray clouds away. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. No more crying myself to sleep and thinking better days are a far off dream. Get up and I move my feet, cause I hear music playing on these streets. Oh yeah. Ain't nobody gonna cry today. Ain't nobody gonna die today. I kiss my
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is nice to see you here with the lovely Shana. And it is a Friday. So Friday today, we have a couple of things that we're going to do today, right?
Yeah. After TNT, we have Show Me Your Listings. So we're going to hop on there and talk about listings that we currently have coming up soon or currently on the market or incoming.
So did you know that properties that are featured on Show Me Your Listings on average sell 8.7 days faster than any other property on the market? So make sure that, statistics show. So what you might want to do is make sure that you are present and you show off your listing there. So
I would recommend that.
I highly would as well. So we'll get your feedback and we'll be able to show those off just before they come live. And that's kind of one of those cool things to do here.
Yeah.
And you get to spend some more
Love
time
it.
with Shana. So that's always really good. So if you would, go ahead and take roll call. We'll get that all handled and taken care of. Also today on our episode, we have a guest joining us.
The guests are back.
Yeah, we're trying to do
love
our
it.
best to get back to things as best we can. We have a guest in studio today, so we'll talk all about that. We have Holli joining us.
Yeah.
So she'll be jumping in here in just a moment.
Holli is with Instar Title, and she's going to talk about, some challenges that maybe happen along the way and how to get to the closing table and how to de-escalate those and keep the ball rolling. Right?
I got to grab my glasses here, Shana.
Yeah.
I having a problem. Did you see how I was leaning in there? That's one of those problems. I keep doing that. It's my eyes. I have an eye problem. I'm getting older, and my LASIK is starting to wear off. It's been way too long for LASIK. Chat in now if you think Mike should go for LASIK time number 2.
No.
I had it. I have no idea how long ago. If anyone's had any success with LASIK for a second time, let me know. Don't do it. I don't know. I kind of believe in technology. I'm not all that worried about it. The first time I did it, I didn't even think about it. But that was younger Mike. Older Mike now is kind of...
Future Mike.
Future Mike Future Mike is going to have this problem here where he can't see close. But right now, I'm still working on the fact that I can't see at a
Present Shana
distance.
has that problem. right now,
All types of problems.
but it's okay.
Yes,
We just
ma'am.
embrace it.
We
and
certainly
move on.
do. So I hope you
Okay.
enjoyed the last 2 days. The weather was amazing for
Yeah.
those days.
Yeah.
And I hope you have a great weekend lined up to get plenty of clients out to go look at new properties.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that you have a lot of showings coming up on your listings. And you'll join Shana in just a little bit.
All right.
So without further ado, Shana, hit the bell and let's move on. Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, Mike.
Holli, it is nice to see you today.
Thank you.
Yes, so you're in studio, and that's kind of a big deal. We've been waiting for this day. There's been a lot of things going on with COVID, and it changed several items for us. And so we're happy to be able to bring you in. So tell me a little bit about whom you are and who you work for. And go ahead.
A little bit about me.
Yeah.
So again, my name is Holli Swanson. I am with Instar Title here in Southlake. And I have been in the title industry since 1997. I'm not going to say too much more about that because it'll share my age.
97,
We know
okay.
because our son was born.
All right, so keep going. So you said Southlake.
Yeah, we have an office in Southlake where we do our production.
Okay.
We are a very mobile-based company. With the onset of COVID, the traditional closing platform is kind of going by the wayside, I think, Mike. I think more and more people want to be mobile. They don't want to go into an office to close. And we're providing that to our clients, which is really cool. And we're really excited to give that.
As long as I've been in the business, they were like, all these closings are going to be completely digitized and there's going to be all that going on. And the technology's been there for a period of time, right?
Sure.
But there's been this adoption rate on it. There was something about physically, it's like a big day.
It is. It is a big day. And people like to have that pen in hand and put their signature on that note and take on that responsibility of owning a home.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like one of those thresholds that you cross, right? You want to go ahead and do.
Yeah.
So the topic that we brought you on to kind of speak about today is to discuss different challenges that come up during closing. So, us being real estate brokers, what happens is there's just like issues that happen at the last minute. And whatever those things are, when they come up, how to kind of hold that deal together. There's so much time, energy, and effort that goes into, getting a client to start with, and then to find them the right home and to negotiate it and do all those steps. And then all of a sudden the agent gets super close and there's a party on the other side. And then something happens, right? And there's a challenge. And whatever that challenge is, it's coming down like down the pipe right at the end.
Yes.
And you see it from a different perspective than we do, right? So we have certain things we deal with. But at the same time, you're somewhere else, right? And like we forget that. You know what I mean? Like from our side, we're trying to hold this deal together. And you also are on the other side trying to help and facilitate it, right? You have responsibilities there. But you also have things you're going through, right? So you've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly as far as that goes. So kind of tell us some things that can help us out.
Well, Mike, buying a house, that's the biggest thing anyone is going to do pretty much in their life. It's a big investment, and people don't take that lightly. So just as you said, you have things as an agent and a broker that you have to do on your side. We have things that we have to do on our side. And just like you're trying to keep a deal together, we're trying to keep a deal together as well. I think probably, Mike, the biggest thing I would say is communication. Build a team with communicative people that you trust. These partners are going to help your transaction go the distance. These are people that are going to communicate with you what is going on throughout the entire transaction, which I think is the most important thing. Over the years, I've heard agents say, when I ask them, what is the most important thing for you? And it's communication. And your lender partner is going to help with that, and your title partner is going to help with that.
Okay. So are you ready for a shameless plug? Let's go ahead and take and show off your website.
Thank
you.
Here
real quick, and we'll scroll over there, and we'll just kind of take a look. So tell us about this, what we're looking at here.
Well, Instar Title, we started, again, as I said, with the platform of we want to be mobile. We want to service everyone in the state of Texas. We can work all 254 counties in the state of Texas. We are partnered with Fidelity Title as our underwriter. Everybody knows Fidelity, they're national. So we have a lot of partners that we can work with to help the transaction go smoothly. We have underwriting attorneys that we work with on a daily basis because, again, you're going to have those challenging contracts and transactions where we have to partner with our folks to make sure that those go smoothly.
Yeah, no, communication is super important, and that's probably why you see sometimes that you argue as an agent over where the title work is going. You have people that you know, like, and trust, and it's an important deal to you as an agent. So working with people, with good people that will speak with you correctly is important. And truthful information. You kind of hit on that quite a bit, right?
Yes, I think that, so for me, for example, if I have a sticky situation and maybe I or someone on my team dropped the ball and we missed a critical date here or something didn't happen the way it was supposed to, you know what? Be transparent. Be honest. Tell everybody up front, this is where we are. This is why this happened. This is what we're doing to fix it. Because if you, again, goes back to communication. If you communicate that, it's going to de-escalate the situation. And you are being transparent, and sometimes the agents can come back with solutions that maybe I haven't thought of.
Yeah, it's kind of like walking through a minefield sometimes, right? You don't know what's going to happen next. So it's like just identify the landmine for everybody and be like, there's a problem over here, and here's what the issue is. Then you can kind of get past it, and you'll be able to steer clear of said problem. But you have to address whatever that is. Not disclosing certain things will only hurt you, right? And hurt your client in doing so. So it all has to come out, right?
Absolutely.
Everything comes out.
And it will, in the end, everything's going to come out in the end. So you might as well just put it out there in the beginning.
Yep, I agree with that. In the past, when I grew up in New York, they used to do this crazy thing, and I'm not sure why in the world that happened, but at the attorney, so they closed an attorney, and what would happen is the buyer and the seller would sit down together at the closing table, right? And they would all sign together. How often does something like that just like blow up, right? And it's like so much better here. It gets contentious. And sometimes it's like, make sure they're scheduled not at the same time.
Yes.
Make sure no one sees each other. Make sure like all of that. And that's kind of the mobile thing.
It is. And I've always taken the stance that I want to close my buyers and my sellers separately. This is a very personal transaction.
Yes.
There is a lot of personal and secure information on those documents that are passing in front of people. And the last thing I want is for someone to see some personal information that someone else is not comfortable with. But you put all that aside, you don't know what has happened to lead up to closing. You don't know if buyers and sellers are not happy with one another. If there's an issue between the agents, if there's something we just don't know. So I think it's easier if both parties are separate, and this is their moment. The buyers, this is a big deal. Well, I don't want to make them share that with the sellers.
No, I agree, and they do deserve to be front and center. Are there any other things that you'd like to point out that will help you get to a successful closing?
I think I like to say the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Okay.
I think that you can tell what's going on in a situation. You can give feedback what's going on in a situation. If something's not going right, I think that you need to speak up about it without being annoying.
Okay.
Again, goes back to communication. I think the biggest thing, Mike, is to show gratitude to those that helped you.
Okay.
Because this industry, and I tell my assistants, and I've told people this for years, this industry is very small. You never know who you're going to be working with or for a year, 2 years, 5 years down the road. So show grace, have patience, and don't forget who helped you get there. Don't forget who you passed on the way up the hill, because you're going to pass them on the way back down the hill. And I think the most important thing, I was told this, and I thought this was a really good thing for all of us to remember, to treat the shoe shine boy as you would the bank president. Because you don't know everyone's situation, and you don't know who you're dealing with, and everybody deserves that level of respect.
You know, and that's a funny one there. Some of our best clients came from situations where you're like, wow, that's really? And it was the person that you do the least for that becomes the huge client.
Absolutely.
It's the person that sometimes we've had it happen, calls in and wants to look at a $100,000 home and sees how you'll deal with them for that. And then turns around and is like, actually, now that we've looked at one and I enjoy what we're doing and you really truly showed me that you care, now let's go look at the $1 million home that we're really qualified for and that we're going to be paying cash for.
Right.
And you're like, oh, okay. And it just comes from kind of doing the right thing all the time.
Yes.
And treating everybody like fairly and equally and like they're human and like you would want to be treated. It goes back to a lot of the simple basics, and that ends up working really well.
Absolutely.
I speak all the time, and we did a lot during FamFest, that you want to make sure that the person that you care as an agent, and it matters to you, right? And we also spoke about how Shana does a really good job to help all of our agents whenever there's a challenge that comes up, and you go to Shana and you're like, hey, I have this challenge and we need to hold this deal together. Here's the problems, right? And that's one of the key things that the agents kind of have access to here. So if they haven't been with us for a long time and they're a newer agent and all of a sudden they need some assistance, right? That's where Shana helps put those deals back together. And she's able to make a phone call and call the other broker and be like, hey, here's what's going on. Can we work through this? And often give us a suggestion based on experience.
Sure,
to kind of
sure.
get us past whatever those are. And good industry partners do the same thing.
Absolutely.
So always be looking for people that care and have experience, and they can help point out where that landmine is. And as long as you do those things, then you'll have a successful closing.
You are so correct. Very well put.
Is there anything else that you would like to bring up?
I don't think so. I just want to thank you for allowing me to come on this morning.
Okay.
I enjoyed talking about this. This is something that I know very well. There's so much about it, and it's the biggest investment someone's going to make, and it's very important to them. And it's important work that you guys are doing to share that. So thank you.
And then think about your commission check, because that's also important to you as an agent, right? You have so many closings that you're going to have on an annual basis, right? You go through all that effort that I discussed earlier. And then all of a sudden you get to this point where statistically there's going to be a challenge from time to time. And now when that problem comes up, what people are going to get you through that problem to a payday? Because in real estate, the options are payday or no payday, right? And it's kind of a big deal. So you go through all that effort and you want to close, right? You want to put that money in your bank. You want to help your client get into that property that they really wanted. You want to do what's best for them. and it comes down to great people and being able to address that
Absolutely.
and kind of tie it all together. But it does mean money in your pocket. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks,
Hey, you
Mike.
get to hit the bell. And then you move out. Thank you. We'll go to That's a Wrap. Hey, that's a wrap.
Hey,
Hey, good to see you again.
showed up just in time.
You certainly did. So that's a wrap. We were able to go through and talk about Holly today,
Yeah.
and about how to bring those things to get those closings to actually take place. And that was something we hit on during FamFest, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it's really a big deal. So,
Yeah.
do you have anything else you want to add on that?
On a side note, Holly has really cool cowboy boots, and I'm jealous of.
Whoa.
Yeah, I really like them.
Very cool. Holly, do you want to show the boots off? Do you want to put them up here? All right, here come the boots. Let's see what we got. Oh, Holly's boots.
Yeah.
Right next to Shana's head. That is perfect. That's what I like to
Love 'em.
end with. I think that's a perfect type of thing to
All
walk
right.
off with. And we're going to remind you that we do have Show Me Your Listings right now. So we're going to chat that link in so you can jump over there and join Shana in just a moment. And
Show them off, people.
show them off, and we will see you Monday.
It's a great, great day. It's a good day. Get up. Can't you see the sun shining? I woke up and I rolled out of bed. Got dressed and I left at 10. Checked my nails, looking good. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.